All right, so what we have to do today, it is currently Saturday, 25th of July. We're gonna go get paid for Datejust that we sold yesterday. It was part of a really big order of Datejust as a company present that people were giving, that a client was giving away. And then we're gonna go ahead and stop by our friends at Cartronics who've been working on my Twizzy for a little while, trying to help me out because there is no official Renault service center here in the US. So I have this like tiny little French microcar that I bought 2-3 years ago on Facebook Marketplace at 2 in the morning, and I've kind of had it sitting there like a paperweight because I can't figure out what's wrong with the electrical system and no one can really help me. So they've undertaken that responsibility and been more than helpful, but let's see if we can kind of figure it out or make some progress today. So aside from that, obviously just a real quick cruise to the office and then we'll go from there. The audio quality will be a little bit less right now, or lower quality, because the exhaust on this thing is rather loud. My microphone is charging because I forgot to charge it. Responsible human being I am. But let's see what else we sort out. All right, we'll just drop off the payment for the date and get on with our day. After this, I have to run over to Cartronics, like I mentioned before. Go ahead and hand them that cable, which was what was missing. I got that shipped over from Italy, from Electric Merc. Thank you so much for the help, and then let's see what happens. The only downside to this building, realistically, because everything else is wonderful, would be the fact that there's no AC ever on weekends. Freaking ridiculous. Armored door, high security floor. You know we're not playing over here. Another thing that I wanted to show you guys is I just received the new boxes that we're gonna be using. These were designed by my buddy, Santiago, in Colombia. Let's see if I can show you guys this clearly without destroying everything here. So he made this for me. Check this out. Now we have a stunning high-end case. I love it. Really great job. Thank you, buddy. Being as Instagram has chosen to be retarded and use AI to ban accounts, right? And then have absolutely no recourse nor customer support for their own platform, we are looking for new avenues of content creation and brand recognition and growth. This is where this comes into play. The vlogs, the bullshit, the commentary. You get to spend a very personal time with me and get to know me more for the person I am and not for just the watches that you see on my Instagram. So ideally, this will continue to pan out and work out beautifully, and then we're gonna have a bunch of content that we can crop in and make short form content for Instagram as well, and create a closer relationship and get to know each other better. So now we are on our way to Cartronics to ideally, right, fingers crossed, this beautiful cable that Electric Merc sent from Italy will fix my $25,000 paperweight that I've left at Cartronics for the last 6 months because we can't figure out exactly what's shorting out the system. He said he thought that cable would fix all my problems about a couple months ago. But I moved and then I was so busy, I really didn't pay much attention to it. So that's been sitting in a closet, and I just noticed it this morning. And I was like, now is the time. It is the day to test our theories. So we are on our way there, and hopefully this fixes it, because I've experimented with every possible thing and so far nothing's done it. So there's the legendary Twizzy in all its former glory, completely disassembled.
What's that gonna cost you?
You would never insure your house.
No, I would never insure my house.
And on this episode of Miami Fuckery.
Miami? No.
So God forbid your house burned down. What do you do then? If it's a repair that's 300, 400 grand minimum to...
Then I'm going to take out a loan to fix my house. But either way...
Have you seen how banks are to give you a fucking loan for shit?
Hello, I own my house.
Oh, you're right, you're right.
I have the loan.
You're a smart man. I won't be able to sell you insurance today.
No insurance. I don't want no fucking insurance. No insurance. I want everybody to have no insurance. Pay for your own shit. Done. What do you need insurance for?
This guy, bro. Number one bullshit guy. Eddie. You gotta love him. So...
Then the next place I want you to inspect is every small multi-pin connector going into the battery pack. Unplug, inspect, replug firmly. I'm looking for grain corrosion, bent or pushed pins, or a broken wire. And if you can, send me a clear photo of each small connector on the battery. That's what's most likely to break this case.
So I am here. I'm gonna turn the key and I have to listen for a click, correct?
Yeah, exactly. Turn the key to on, but don't try to drive. Just listen right at the battery for a few seconds. Tell me if you hear absolutely nothing or a single solid click.
Hold on.
There is no click.
Okay, no click. That's actually useful information. That means the battery contactors are never being told to close, so it's not a mechanical stuck issue. Here's what I want you to do next. Ignore all the big orange cables. Find any small multi-pin connector that's attached directly to the battery pack.
They're down there, the plugs. If you go underneath, look. Right here.
Coming. So all the plugs are underneath. Give me 1 second to get under the cart.
Yeah, go ahead.
Lay down right there. Next to the big plug. See it?
Uh-huh.
Plug right here.
Uh-huh.
That one. That's the only one in the battery.
There's
That
only
and the big
one plug on the battery. I can send you a picture of.
That and the big plug. On the front, I think there's a plug, but I think it's
Yeah,
for the
please send a clear
charger.
close-up of that plug next to the orange one, and if you can, take one from straight on and one from a little farther back so I can see where it sits. Don't unplug anything yet, just photos first.
You got this camera following me around. What the hell kind of shit is that, man?
Oh yeah, it's tracking. No, you're good. Give me one
This
sec.
one don't have a cap.
And this is the big plug you always disconnect, right? This huge one.
Yeah, there's a little bit left in here.
All right, give me one sec.
This one don't have a cap.
I just disconnected the little black one. I'm looking inside to check the pins.
Perfect. Take a slow look. Check both sides carefully. I'm thinking corrosion, bent pins,
Oh yeah.
pushed back pins,
Let's compress
even a
it.
tiny bit of... Sure. Just check for any corrosion, bent or pushed pins, or moisture. That's it.
You talking to fucking AI? This fucking that shit don't know what it's doing.
Great. Now turn the key on and tell me if anything changes, even slightly. Lights, sounds, anything.
Had you disconnected that one before or no?
Yeah.
Okay, still no click and no change. That's fine. We've ruled that out. So the next step won't be visual, but we'll need a multimeter on that connector. Do you have one there?
Of course.
So interestingly enough, I am realizing that the cart, which has 696 miles, is now only displaying 3 miles.
That's a much stronger clue. If it flashes 696 and then drops to 3, that sounds like a communication dropout, not an actual mileage change.
And then the battery pack says it has 2 bars of battery.
That combo makes me wonder if the BMS is partially talking. This is something we can actually measure instead of guessing. Tell me, do you have a multimeter there? Perfect. Let me think. Okay, set your multimeter to DC volts. Leave that small black connector unplugged and ignore the orange one.
You see, your job is irreplaceable, my friend. Because AI can't come here and disassemble this bitch.
And the black plug. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, but you see, something's wrong in the sense that there's no... How is the cart still losing battery when it's parked?
12 volts. On the red wire next to it, 12.2 volts. On the next wire, 1.2 volts.
Pin 11, 12.3 volts.
That's actually good news. So that pretty much confirms you do have 12 volt power arriving at the battery connector. So the BMS is not totally dead from lack of power.
Right, I'm on the cable, not the battery pack.
It's saying to disconnect the 12 volt battery and check for ohms.
Reconnect the small 12 pin connector and then turn the key on. For this test, we're measuring live voltages. So black meter lead on 12 volt negative or clean chassis ground, red lead to pin 8, then pin 9. Just tell me the voltage you see. Once we have those two numbers, we'll know a lot more.
Plug it all back in and check the power at
That cable again.
At this cable, between the two.
Yeah, so once we turn it and cycle it, there should be ohms on that cable is what she's saying. That
We
voltage.
just did that. That's why I went pin 1, pin 2,
With the
pin
key
3,
on.
all the way 8.
With the key on. Canvas cable. Let me know when to cycle the key. Don't plug it in. Check right there.
Key on. Okay.
Yeah.
So turn the key on.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the same thing, check all the pins again, or just 8 and 9?
You're going to check 8 and 9. So with the cable disconnected, I do see the battery flashing empty, like without any bars. I also see that there is no mileage now being reported on the cart, and it says 0000 hours. The only thing flashing is the neutral, the battery symbol empty with no bars in it, and then we have an error with a battery and an exclamation mark. The serve light is on and the stop light is on.
Hey. Yeah, so with the small connector unplugged, that behavior makes sense. The car has effectively lost its battery communication. So, all right, from this photo, the red stop light is on, the amber service light is on, the battery symbol is showing empty, and the odometer is reading all zeros. That's exactly what we'd expect with that battery connector unplugged.
The two connectors are 11.9 volts across 11 and 10. And then 9 and 8 are 0.8.9.
The important part is you do have power at that connector. Given there's still no contactor click, I think we've just reached the limit of what we can identify blind without the wiring diagram. So let's not chase the pins further for now. Plug that connector back in fully.
So we tried. Unfortunately, it wasn't as easy as we expected. We went ahead and disconnected every single cable on the underside of that freaking cart, which, I mean, left us with, I think, more questions than answers, because now the mileage doesn't show on the cart. A very curious situation there. I'm wondering if the battery management system, the BMS, is what's failing on it, or something else alongst those lines. It is insane how much time we've dedicated to this thing, but ideally and hopefully it does end up working out. God is my witness. I will get this damn cart to work. And I'm guessing it's because either the underglow kit I did or the sound system I put in it was too much for it, but it should be more straightforward than having it sit for what I think it's like 8 months it's been sitting there, getting like random parts to try to swap out, trying to see if it fixes it. Everything in its moment, everything in its time. I think that's pretty much my day, guys. 1962 is the year. Stunning little watch. So my current situation stands about, I need to create more content. I have to be more open with what I do on a daily basis and feel comfortable recording, which is something that costs me a lot because I get so distracted in the moment trying to live my life that I kind of forget to record that, and I have to kind of become accustomed to sharing that with you guys, number one, and then number two, just picking up the camera and doing so, because it doesn't cost me anything to hold the camera and be like, yo, this is what I'm doing and this is what's going on. I feel like it's interesting and fun because I do a lot of things that are a little bit out of the norm for, number one, someone my age and someone in my industry. I'm not the type of person to really just pay and let someone do their work on my car. I like to participate in it, and I am very involved in the process because I like to learn and see things that I'm not used to or don't understand or don't know. I want to become, more knowledgeable in that base. I'm very passionate about cars, and I mean, even this car, from designing it and everything to getting the exhaust installed with my buddy John, thank you. It's always an experience and it's always a learning moment, so it's just that much more fun. But being able to experience this with people and share this on a daily basis, it makes it even like all the better. So one of the things about me though, and this is pretty funny, I will go and modify exhausts on cars and do a bunch of like insane shit, and then complain about rattle, squeaks, and anything else. So it's kind of stupid in a sense to go and make a car as loud as possible and then complain about why everything is the way it is. Something that I didn't talk about was yesterday I got a wonderful message, because all I do is get amazing news 24/7. Obviously, when you're young and successful, it's just part of the deal. Where we had a stunning person with a text now number, right? They just went and paid for one of those like digital numbers. They went ahead and texted and said, oh, your Instagram is going to be down today, or whatever the hell. I do not entertain any of that stuff. In US fashion, I do not negotiate with terrorists, because that's called extortion, and because I have the moral high ground. But yeah, it's just never gonna happen. They consistently take down my shit and contact me to try to get it back up. I tell them no, they take down more shit, I get my shit back. And this is kind of the daily thing I kind of deal with when it comes to everything associated to my brand. I pissed off a lot of people on my way up. I pissed them off so much that they destroyed my online identity. I've kind of settled in the shadows for the last 2 years, but I kind of just got over it recently. I'm kind of over it in general. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm saying fuck all to everyone, pretty much. It's a very nice thing when you can do so. When you can say fuck all to everyone, I think it just gives you that much extra freedom. Kind of live your life how you want on your terms and not care what anyone cares to say, might have to say, and so on and so forth. But yeah, so we visited Eddie. We picked up the payment for that watch, and now we're just gonna go home, spend some time with the wife. Her fam is coming over, and that's ideally it for me today. We were gonna go jet skiing, but Kevin pussied out, and then Marco called me when I wasn't paying attention to the phone to confirm the going out part, so I got busy doing other stuff and completely forgot about that. It was a pretty productive day. Now I have to order a high voltage cable for the Twizzy, and that ideally fixes it. Miami traffic, you gotta love it. Everyone on the wrong lane, trying to go left, trying to go right, instead of staying exactly where they need to. To be able to live in a place like Miami is truly magical. You get to see so much. Like, I've watched this damn city grow in a way that's unfathomable. The amount of construction that is consistently here, the lax regulatory environment, the opportunity to grow, build businesses, and not be taxed up the ass, honestly wonderful.